Well, you had a situation where a guy pulled a shotgun out on you and made you sniff a line of cocaine?
Almost sniff a line of cocaine. Yeah, right, allegedly. Yeah. I did not do the cocaine. Good gravy. I don't know how many times I've had to say that. But yes, one of the guys, he was a relative of some cops. He ended up being one of the main guys I infiltrated to get into these groups. And, you know, this is the thing. I broke my own rule, really. I underestimated, or I got lax. Because here I am in a trailer. I'm talking to some backwoods kind of hillbilly types. A lot of them are missing all their teeth, but they're still savvy. And I did a thing. I was just doing what I'd normally do in the dope game because I'd bought drugs from his relative the last time I was in town, and they tested very weak. So if I'm a true drug dealer and I sold that and somebody comes back and goes, that wasn't worth the crap, well, then I'm going to come back and say that to you. So I didn't realize that everybody had left the trailer except him and his girlfriend and me. And he had a shotgun, double-barrel shotgun, hammers cocked back, and he told me, he said, if I find out you the law, you a dead man, you hear me? And he repeated it. If I find out you the law, you a dead man. I said, I ain't no damn cop. Are you a cop? Man, no, right? And we were talking dope, and I said, yeah, that stuff I got from, I can't remember the guy's name right now, but let's just say Nathan. I know that ain't right, but I said, that stuff I bought from Nathan, it wasn't worth the crap. And he said, well, this is good stuff. Now, I let him put me in a corner. Now, I'm sitting on the couch. He's got the shotgun right next to him. He told me he'd kill me if I'm a dead man if he finds out I'm a cop. And now he's telling me to do it. Now, my story is I don't do dope anymore. I don't. I used to do a ton. I used to do cocaine all the time. I'm a former power lifter. It's not too far from the truth because, I mean, I was taking all the over-the-counter speed stuff like hydroxycuts, everything else, ephedrine or ephedrine, however you want to say it. And I said I don't do it anymore because it'll give me a panic attack or it messes with my heart. That was my story. So he's holding this bag. Now I'm at the point to where I've let him put me in a corner. I'm leaning as far back on the couch as I can. There's an open bag of cocaine, maybe an ounce right here. And he's going, just do it, man. Do it. If you ain't a cop, just do it. Shotgun's right here next to him. Forgot to mention his red bone hound, mean as a hornet's nest, man. I don't know why that thing was so mean. In my crotch, I could feel the heat on my crotch, my privates, of it going, growling. So I'm like leaning back going, how? But in my head, I'm going, I can't.
On?
Yeah, I know. Oh, man. Right? Yeah, I know.
That would have been worse.
That dog got socks on his front paws. I am out. Look, I'm an FBI agent. I'm out. Yeah, that's what I'd have said at that point. This case is done. Yeah, I'll take you. Like, I'm an undercover. You got me. I'm out. Case team, come on in. This is ridiculous. So I go, I'm sitting there, but in my head, I'm thinking, I can't believe I let this dude put me in a corner because it's a chess game. Man, we're trying to stay 5 moves ahead in our 5 moves ahead of you of anything that you can do, and be ready and sell it. So, you know, I always like to say, we only get one take. It's not TV. You don't get 2 takes, 3 takes. You got 1 take. So he's holding this thing in my face, and I'm like, I told you I don't do this, man. I used to, I don't do it anymore. And I said, I got a heart condition. And he said, his girlfriend apparently worked on the rescue squad, which is voluntary. Bless her heart, but she didn't have but about 2 or 3 teeth in her head. And he's like, she sold this cocaine to so-and-so on the squad today. He's got a heart problem. He did it, and he's fine. And I'm thinking, well, I'm not using her as my go-to of whether or not I'm going to die or not. I mean, if we just want to start with normal hygiene, we're out. I'm not trusting her. I don't give a damn who did that cocaine this morning. I ain't tried it. So he gets to the point and he's like, well, then just taste it. Then just taste it. If you ain't a cop, just taste it. And I'm saying, no, and it's in my face. And I'm like, okay, is this your effing test? Now I start getting agitated and pissed. I'm like, is this your test? Is this what you want? Is this what you want? Okay. And I basically just did a sleight of hand. I had a big bushy beard at the time. I went in with my finger and made a sleight of hand, but I never ingested anything. It never went in. But I'll tell you what, you have to pay attention, at least the way I was trained, to a deteriorating situation. If the situation is deteriorating and you can't be aware of it, that's a bad thing. That'll get you kicked out of the undercover school. And I knew the situation was deteriorating. But the minute I faked that taste test, sleight of hand, whatever, however I did it, as soon as I did it, everything in the room went, it was completely calm, and it was like, okay, let me bring you in the back. Here's all the cocaine. My brother's the one that covered this load coming in, blah, blah, blah. And now I knew, okay, that deteriorating situation, we're out of it. Now everything's fine. But I did, protocol-wise, I let the whole team know. I let the assistant United States attorney know. But I didn't ingest anything. So they were like, do you feel like you got to go to the emergency room? I said, no, I didn't ingest anything.
How many people got arrested in this operation?
I think we ended up with like 51 or 52.
52 arrests.
Yeah. And, it was a public corruption case, and I was new to the Knoxville division. It was a great case, but after this case, as a case agent, I worked opioid cases. Me and a buddy of mine in a task force, we took down 4 pill mills. When I started learning more about how to prosecute the opioid sales and on that drug scale, man, we could have arrested so many more. We could have charged so many more people because I was buying hundreds and hundreds of pills. I was on that poetic justice. I was selling purportedly stolen cigarettes because what I found is, look, they can get their coke, they can get their pills. They're all smokers and they hate paying that much money for cigarettes. So if I'm selling you cartons at $20 to $25 a carton because they're unstamped and stolen, man, I mean, it was like I had gold, and they're trading me pills. For a carton of cigarettes, I get 2 Oxy 80s. Well, that's $160. They got screwed out of that one. But that's when I really started learning about the horrors of and the underbelly of like opioid addiction and coming off of it. I mean, it's some of the worst withdrawals I've ever seen. And I'd seen people coming off of the old shake and bake meth, not crystal meth, but just like their open lesions, wounds, pus, and I'm look like they got full-blown AIDS. 30 days later, they got 30 pounds on them and they're fine. Watching people come off of opioids, because I mean, some of these people I infiltrated, man, they were taking 12 Oxy 80s a day.
Damn.
And more Roxy 30s a day, maybe cocaine involved, maybe whiskey. I'm just like, dude, it's not that whiskey's illegal. I'm just saying they're pickled. That's what I'm saying. I'm like one of the main guys. After I got to know him a little bit better, I went back to the case team. I said, I'm pretty sure that person died 5 years ago. They just don't know it yet because it's the dope keeping them alive. I'm like, their body is shot.